Joe join me in pledge the flag?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any public comments on the agenda items as listed? Yes, Mr. Collingwood.
David Carlin with 14 Barn Road. First of all, on a personal note, it's good to see you up and about, Farm. Looking at the agenda, I see a vote for adoption of the 2020 budget is planned for this evening. Although the budget has been advertised for public review, there's been no opportunity for public comment. Since the public comment section of the agenda occurs after the budget adoption vote, I request on behalf of taxpayers in attendance this evening that there be time allotted for public comment on the proposed budget before a vote is taken. Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments? Mr. Bob?
We have a, I think, should we wait?
Wait a second.
Wait,
Okay.
Mr. Volodnik's,
Mr. Chairman, no comments.
Mr. Volodnik's here tonight
Always disrupting.
to confirm that the roads are terrible in East Rock Hill Township right now.
Yes.
Anyway, there are several announcements which Jay is going to handle those
I'm
announcements.
sorry.
Okay. The first on the announcements is that we will be holding an executive session for legal to follow tonight's meeting. And the second one is to recognize Donald B. Duvall for 18 years of service to West Rock Hill Township as supervisor. The board has put together a resolution of West Rock Hill Township recognizing and honoring Supervisor Donald Duvall for his years of service. Don, this is a plaque that we have put together for you.
Thank you very much.
And I will read this, as a resolution of West Rock Hill Township Board of Supervisors recognizing and honoring Supervisor Donald B. Duvall, whereas the welfare and strength of the community depends on the dedication, commitment, and efforts of not only its residents and its employees, but upon its leadership as well. And whereas it is the intent of the Board of Supervisors of West Rock Hill Township to acknowledge and give special recognition to those who serve this community. And whereas Mr. Duvall has tirelessly dedicated 18 years of service as a member of the West Rock Hill Township Board of Supervisors. And whereas Mr. Duvall was instrumental in the completion and adoption of the West Rock Hill Township Comprehensive Plan and the update of the West Rock Hill Township zoning ordinance. And whereas Mr. Duvall has diligently served on the Penn Ridge Regional Police Commission and was actively involved in its formation, and has also served as past president of the Bucks County Association of Township Officials. Now therefore it be resolved that the West Rock Hill Township Board of Supervisors does hereby recognize, acknowledge, and extend its heartfelt appreciation to Donald Duvall for his many contributions to West Rock Hill Township and its residents over the years, and offers best wishes for continued success in all future endeavors. Thank you for your service, Don. Presented the 18th day of December 2019.
Thank you very much.
I want to say it has been a pleasure working with Don. As many of you know, Don and I have not always seen eye to eye on issues, but that is what you want as taxpayers. Individual ideas to bring a better community to this township. And I will say I have learned some things over the years from Don, and I have been very grateful for the time that I've been able to work with him.
Thank you very much.
So thank you.
I learned from you too, Jay.
Thank you.
Even though we didn't say.
I also have something else. This is Certificate of Achievement presented to Donald Duvall, West Rock Hill Township Supervisor, elected official from January 1st, 2002 to December 31st, 2019. He was instrumental in getting the comprehensive plan adopted, new zoning, and subdivision regulations adopted. This is from Craig Stats, State Representative, 145th District. And I will say, for the comprehensive plan the first time around, I spent many years with Don on that every month. I think it was about 5 years for us to do that.
5 years.
Yeah.
First one, yeah.
So that's for
Thank you
you.
very much.
You're welcome. I have one more thing we have to go through here. This is certificate of service hereby presented to Donald D. Duval, West Rock Hill Township, Bucks County. In recognition of your 18 years of service as a township supervisor, we thank you for your selfish dedication to your community and local government, and your leadership, commitment, and passion, I should say, for serving your fellow citizens. Presented by the Pennsylvania State Association of Township Supervisors, December 2019. Thank you, Don.
Thank you, Jay.
Welcome. All right, I also have some of the East Rock Hill supervisors here that would like to say a few things, I believe. Mr. Malavik, would you like to?
Sure.
Mr. Nyman and Mr. Natupsky.
Thank you. Thank you, John. The Board of Supervisors East Rock Hill has worked with West Rock Hill for many, many years. And we're here this evening to present a resolution to Don Duval, a resolution number 2019-08, and resolution of the Board of Supervisors East Rock Hill Township, Bucks County, Pennsylvania, recognizing and commending Don Duval. Whereas Don Duval has served on the West Rock Hill Township Board of Supervisors faithfully for 18 years. Whereas Don Duval has made sincere efforts to promote intermunicipal cooperation with East Rock Hill Township. And whereas the East Rock Hill Township appreciates the efforts of Don Duval to secure compromises in areas of non-agreement. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Supervisors of East Rock Hill Township, Bucks County, Pennsylvania, that Don Duval be commended and congratulated for his service to the East Rock Hill Township community. Resolved at a duly convened meeting of the Board of Supervisors of East Rock Hill Township conducted the 26th day of November 2019. Don, I want to present this to you on behalf of the board and its community, its residents, and we thank you for everything you've done.
And I would just like to add, I know it's been alluded to in a couple of the other acknowledgements, but having worked with you both at the county and state level, both on the executive board for PCADO, Bucks County Association of Township Officials, and your service to PSATS, Pennsylvania State Association of Township Supervisors, I want to thank you and acknowledge your service for that.
Thank you very much, indeed. Appreciate it.
Same thing, Don. You've been almost a mentor to me, my 10-year service in East Rock Hill. Working on the police building together and lightning. Appreciate all your service and the help you do, me personally. You'll do well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, with that concluded, I will, yes. Mr. Mark Horn from Grandview Hospital, I guess would like to say.
Oh, sorry. I'd just like to say, Don, thanks for all the hard work you've done on behalf of Grandview and the township. And we see Don a lot at the hospital. His wife's one of our auxiliaries. And it's always been a pleasure. He's been gracious to me in my time in the township. And congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you. Okay, with that, I will turn the meeting back over to Mr. Duval.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, everybody who was involved with thoughts and processes and what just occurred. Very much appreciated. And a great weekend. Okay, the next item on the meeting agenda is the consent agenda. Gentlemen, you have in front of you the consent agenda. Do any of you have any questions or any items that you wish to discuss before we submit this for approval?
I have no questions or items, I'll make a motion.
Yes. I'll second it.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second for approval of the consent agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. We have no confirmed appointments tonight. So the next item is committee reports. Planning Commission, Chris Gerstner.
Yeah,
Wait, crazy.
all right. The planning commission met last Tuesday. We had one applicant with Grandview Hospital. They came in with a sketch plan for a 141,000 square foot addition to the Hospital. The addition would be in the area of the front parking lot and the professional building, the nursing building. That, the nurses building, the professional building would be raised, building to match the height of the existing hospital. They would be relocating the main entrance, relocating the ER, and raising the ER's classification. They'd be looking to move some of the beds over into that building. Apparently, some of the beds in the hospital are in the original hospital building, not very large, so they're small, larger rooms for the hospital bed. That, and, you know, they're not sure what they're gonna do with the rest of the space, but, that was some of the things that they had presented to us. The handful of little issues, one of them being parking, a couple of those will get resolved. One of which, you know, they wanna do reserve parking, so we'll have to find some space to just have reserve, as we've done in the past. So we don't have a problem with that. One of the bigger things, back in 2009, there was the improvement concept plan for Long Avenue. So this being on Long Avenue would fall under that plan. The plan calls for center lane, when properties are developed along Long Avenue. And Steve, if you wanna jump in and correct me anytime, that would be great, 'cause, it gets a little confusing. They're proposing to just do widening at their entrance, do a turn lane at their entrance, not the whole front of the property. It doesn't coincide with the concept plan, but it doesn't seem to be needed, for the whole frontage. We are asking them to, instead of a full-blown traffic plan, to deal with the issues that we're having at 1 and 309 and 1 and Ridge. So they were very agreeable to take a look at all that and see what they can figure out to alleviate the issues up there. So they're also gonna come back with, this is all sketch, so they're gonna come back with projected employee count, number of cars coming in and out and whatnot. So once we have that and the traffic study, we'll be able to better look at the situation at the entrance. So, we will revisit when they come back in with all that, and that's pretty much what we have with the hospital. If I left anything out important?
Not particularly, I would just add that, as you're all aware, One Avenue is a state road. So anything that we do require there, we have to coordinate with PennDOT. They are seeking to have they refer to it as a scoping meeting, but an initial meeting with PennDOT to talk about those improvements, you know, what the township is looking for, what PennDOT would be looking for, and how can we, you know, come to an agreement between the three parties. But I think Chris was right, the planning commission, you know, acknowledged that there's a significant issue at the traffic signals at the ramps. And if we could get some work done there, in lieu of maybe some of the widening on the front of the property, that could be a good trade-off for the township to alleviate that ongoing traffic problem like that.
I think that the key to the whole project is solving the traffic problem here. Because you deal with 309, 563 Long Avenue, tens of thousands of cars every day.
Yes, it's a complicated issue.
It is very complicated.
Even if they can't do all of the work, they could at least have a plan together, a long-range plan for what improvements have to be done. We can decide how much the hospital does and how much, you know, another development.
You know, it seems like, I mean, Ridge Road is state road, Long Avenue is state road, 309 is state road. So I think there's a lot of weight on, should be a lot of weight on PennDOT to do something. But they have.
Should be, but.
Big right?
I said should be is the key word.
Well, I think we have to press the issue.
Are we-
That's my suggestion. Guys have any questions?
So that's what we have with Grandview. So we'll be back in. Next item we had was the issue of our absentee, planning commission member. You all due to a health setback, we've been without a fifth member for probably a year and a half now. And it's time to make a move here, to get somebody back on the planning commission that can sit in the meetings. One of the solutions we came up with was adding an alternate member and putting that member into place immediately, leaving Ben as a member, still just stays on disability. Putting an alternate in immediately until Ben is ready to come back, if he ever is gonna be ready to come back. One of the drawbacks to that, as we found out, is there might be some limits to the capacities that an alternate member can have while sitting on the planning commission. So that's something that we need to talk to Mary about. Do you have any input there?
Yeah, Greg told me about that maybe a month or two ago, and you can have an alternate member, but that alternate member, I believe, can only vote if there isn't a quorum available to vote. And we wondered if that would be practical for you or not.
Right. That's a good question, yeah. So they can only vote if it's needed for a quorum?
Right.
Okay. So we can still have. a
That
two-way
doesn't,
tie.
right, well, I think in practicality, you're an advisory body.
Right, exactly.
So if you said we had a 2-2 tie and the alternate member would have voted this way, that gives the board all the information it
Right.
needs.
Understood.
Is there another option with the alternative and permanent member?
Well, I mean, you can go a couple different ways. And honestly, this is the most compassionate way of dealing with. Another option would be to make Ben an alternate and bring in a new member. By doing that, we eliminate whatever problems we would have with, having an alternate sitting in. Either way, planning commission is on board with having an alternate, for down the road, if we ever run into this situation again down the road.
It's a good objective.
Yeah, alternate would be copied on everything, all correspondence, that planning commission would be getting. So basically, we'd have someone in training, someone that would be able to come in the event that somebody resigns or moves out of the area, whatever. So the alternate member is something that we would like to push for. The status of that alternate member is something that we need to have further
So
discussion.
that's more discussion there.
Yeah, I think, Chris, as I mentioned in the meeting, I'm more in favor of filling a permanent position. And then I'm not against an alternate, but I'm more in favor of filling a permanent position. If you want to move Ben into another position, I don't have a problem with that, because the alternate will rarely be used, if ever.
Right.
But we've
No,
got to get the permanent position filled, and it could be another year and a half or 2 years, so let's
Can't afford that.
face the truth, right? So I think after a year and a half, I think that's the direction we should be taking.
Well, it's actually more than a year and a half. But
Yeah.
So, that decision would be on you guys. Planning commission, the original plan was what we had talked about. As I said, it's more of a compassionate solution than to putting him as an alternate or asking him to resign. But we would certainly, it's such a touchy subject. If you guys wanna make a decision on that to go the other way, we're fine with that. Somebody's gonna have to talk to them about this as well.
So is the planning commission's recommendation to fill the full time now?
I would say,
And
the recommendation is we need to put somebody in that seat.
we'll agree on that.
We'll leave it to you as if you want to appoint a new member or appoint an alternate. If you want to appoint a new member, I think we're all fine with that. So I guess number one, we'd ask you to start advertising for the position. And secondly, we would be asking for a policy Yeah, I mean, there's
Years.
gonna be a lot of little definition stuff. that we need
Jim,
to
I
figure out.
heard you say that you feel we should go the permanent route.
I do, I just think it's a more stable situation to have a permanent person in that position.
It's been too many years the way it is, and it's not
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So I would propose that we go that route, and we'll figure out how to deal with the personalities, et cetera.
Okay.
And that will be challenging, no question about that.
Right. And I can't imagine, planning commission's gonna have a problem with that.
Chris, do you wanna, I'm sorry, do you wanna take this back to the planning commission?
I don't
and
think
talk
I need
them?
to,
Okay.
in brief discussions after the meeting,
Okay,
one at a time. After you had brought that up,
Right.
we started thinking about it. So I don't think I need to take this route.
so I would make a motion to fill the position and make part of that motion to go ahead and advertise for it.
I'll second that.
Okay. Do you have any comment, Jay, or?
No, I think it, I mean, I respect Ben and all, but I understand, you know, health is health, and, I know that we discussed, probably a year ago about, you know, having to make at least 75% of the meetings when you're on a committee. And, of course, you know, we need somebody there full time, so I'm okay with the path that you wanna take. Okay.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's in your hands, Mr. Thurston.
Now, Chris, one more thing then about the alternate. Do we want to push that forward tonight, or do you have more talking to do with Mary? Do you have other things you need to discuss before we do that?
Well, I think you're gonna have to set up some ground.
Criteria.
Okay, so we'll do that in January.
Yeah, I don't think there's a big rush to do that.
Okay,
More importantly, is get the seat filled.
yes.
But yeah, the criteria that's gonna be involved with the alternate, you know, when they sit in, what happens if somebody resigns, the alternate go in automatically, or is it still an appointment? All that background stuff's gotta be cleared up.
And that's not a new concept, I mean, we have alternates from the zoning hearing board, and
They jump right
they
in.
get plugged in at any and every meeting,
Right.
because they're not always available, and that's why we have 2 or 3 alternates. And so, it's not a new concept, and that's I believe, they're a quasi, legal board.
The zoning hearing
Yeah.
board, yeah, there's different provisions for
So-
alternate members on the zoning hearing board, but it's the same concept. They're really actually only supposed to vote if there's not a quorum.
But, so my view is, you guys ought to proceed and work with Mary and Greg in terms of putting the wording down on how you're gonna deal with and handle the alternative. And other than that, I think you need to move forward, you're too long without a full court.
No, I agree. So I'm up here.
It's a big step forward.
Yeah. So that is all we had. I don't know if there's any more discussion needed about Dylan's
I don't think so. It falls back in your court.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion
Well
to
done.
set the planning commission report.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks,
All right,
Chris.
thank you.
Good job.
You up next?
Okay, Conservation Committee, Mr. Schremeyer.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Conservation Committee is a group of volunteers that help interested landowners preserve their properties through Pennsylvania's open space law. Our goal at West Rock Hill is to conserve about 30%. Right now, we've got of the 10,000 acres. Right now, we're about 17%, so we're pretty well, more than halfway to our goal. Our last Conservation Committee meeting was held on November 21st. Highlights are open space signs. I've noticed, and I actually have a picture of one. Woodpecker's been having a ball with some of our signs. We've got holes in them. So we're gonna try to discuss repairing and replacing these signs with a sign maker. If you do notice a sign that's been either vandalized or has holes, just let the township manager know, and he'll get it to us and we'll take care of it. Sometimes we don't see every sign on that we have out. There's a lot of signs out there right now. Acreage ovals, you may notice there's a little oval on some of the signs that have the number of acres preserved. Not all the signs have it, so we're putting acreage ovals on the remaining signs. To just give you an idea of how many acres are preserved on a certain property. So, the catch basin property, my understanding was originally a water source, is it for Sellersville, am I correct on that? And, we purchased that property, or the township purchased the property. And $80,000 have been budgeted from the open space funds, to demolish buildings. There's a number of old buildings, and there's some, I believe there's settling ponds or something, there's some deep ponds there that are danger basically. So, they're gonna flatten the buildings and, fill in all the holes, so it's a much safer place, for people to actually go out there and go fishing. And lastly, the preserved property database. We keep a database of all the preserved properties, and the recent additions include both the catch basin and the McGann property, which already has a conservation easement on a fairly large portion. Our meetings are held on the third Thursday of odd-numbered months at 7 o'clock, so it'll be January and then March and so on. And our next meeting is January 16th, and you're all welcome to attend if you'd like to come and see how we operate. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I hear a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve, Mr.
I have a
Schumacher.
question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don White, Allentown Road.
Yes.
Once there's a conservation easement on a property, is the property still considered private property, or is it open to the public?
You're gonna have to help me there.
It depends on how the conservation easement arose and what the terms of the conservation easement are. Sometimes when we got money from DCNR, there was a requirement as a condition of that grant to allow public access to the property. Sometimes through the county money, when we got conservation easement, there was no such requirement. So every single conservation easement has its own terms. Some of them require public access and some of them don't.
Okay, so what was the Ackerman property? There's no trespassing signs all around that property. Is it still considered private property, or what's the deal
It may
with that?
stun you to know that I don't really know that off the top of my head. That was probably
I'm
15
so
years ago.
disappointed.
Stunned. But I'll check and I'll let you know before the end of the meeting.
Okay, very good.
Property is still private property, it's owned by the owner. I don't know if I can add to that. A number of places when we do conserve a property, we ask that they set aside room for a pathway, because we're trying to complete a number of walking trails. So the idea there is then when we do get enough property strung together, we'll build a walking trail through that area.
Well, that's my concern. That property's down there. It's right beside the Manderfield property, and it's like 90 acres, I believe, and it's all posted. The whole thing's posted. It's not, Ackerman doesn't own it anymore. It's been sold to someone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all posted. And when I went down just recently, I'm thinking, I'm not sure that's right. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know the Manderfield has got walking trails, and
Right.
it's actually pretty well used, so
Yes, it
it's
is.
a great place to walk. But
Used to be my private park, and
yeah,
it's
my
not my private
understanding
park
is not
anymore.
every one of the properties has the same agreements. They're all different.
My other question is, I'm curious why the Board of Supervisors is not allowing people to use kayaks in the catch basin.
Want me to answer? Yeah, okay. We don't have the catch basin property open to the public yet because of the unsafe conditions, okay? So there's no boating, no kayaking. It shouldn't be on the property at all, really.
And
Okay.
there's also a liability issue with our insurance carrier.
That's why we haven't opened it up yet.
You're saying that even when it's opened up, it won't be allowed?
No, I don't think we
I
said
don't-
that.
We didn't say that.
We can say that, but as of now, it's not allowed. I can check back after it's opened up, but as of now, it's not allowed.
Okay. I did not realize it wasn't open. I don't believe there's any no trespassing signs on that property.
We don't actively let people know that it's open. We don't publish that it's open.
I guess I get what you're saying.
We don't want it to make it an attractive.
Right. Yes, okay. Well, when do you,
Not
after you
yet.
take the buildings down, you anticipate making it a park then?
Correct.
At some
Okay.
point in time, yes.
And that's later on the agenda.
Very good. That's all.
That's a long-term plan. Good, thank you, Michael.
I'll make a motion, we accept Mr. Schoenmeyer's report as presented.
I'll second it.
Oh,
All right, it's moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Let's have it. Commission reports. Police report, Chief Rod Glenn.
How's everybody doing, Mary?
Good, how are you
Chief, how are
doing?
you?
Careful the roads out there.
Yeah.
Don, I just wanna say, on behalf of the police department, I know we're gonna, talk a little bit about our commission meeting, but I just wanna let the West Rockville residents here know that you've always been supportive of the police department, you know, since you came into office here in 2002. You know, I've appreciated, you know, our lively debates and, you know, us, diving into the pension plan and police contracts and police protection units and use of force policies and all those things. So I really appreciated your attentiveness to those issues and, you know, stopping by the station and just talking and, looking at things and making sure everything's done right. So really appreciate that in your leadership. So,
Thank you, Ron. That's what you pay me big bucks for.
yeah. Folks, this is the, police report for December. Remember, we're always a month behind on our reporting system because we're still gathering stats for December. So this, lists the November activities. The department handled 530 calls for service. Of those calls, 244 were in East Rockville and 286 were in West Rockville. The department handled 41 traffic crashes, 17 crashes in East Rockville and 24 in West Rockville. 24 of those were reportable crashes and 17 were non-reportable crashes. We handled 4 Part 1 crimes and 28 Part 2 crimes. In East Rockville, the crimes were as follows: sex offense against a minor, assault case, criminal mischief, 3 cases of possession of marijuana, 2 cases of disorderly conduct, 2 cases of harassment, 1 case of intimidating a witness, 1 trespass case, 8 dog law violations, and 2 ordinance violations. In West Rockville, the crimes are as follows: assault with a weapon, a theft case, 2 fraud cases, 1 possession of marijuana, 1 disorderly conduct, 2 harassment cases, 1 trespass case, and 1 recklessly endangerment. And criminal charges filed in November, 1 for recklessly endangerment, 4 for disorderly conduct, 1 for public drunkenness, 2 for possession of marijuana, 2 for possession of drug paraphernalia, and 2 for driving under the influence of alcohol and or drugs. And the officers also conducted 229 traffic enforcement details, 16 of those in Old Bethlehem Pike, issuing 14 verbal traffic warnings, 27 citations, and 44 written warnings, and also conducted 313 business checks. I'd just also like to remind everybody, since the weather is turning like this, and we have bad roadways and possibly hazardous roadways, if you can't get a hold of anybody here at the township building, let's say it's a weekend, please call the police department. And if your road's icy